We're going to start this PipeDrive setup now, and use the link that I sent you, and this will give you a 30-day free trial of PipeDrive. You don't even have to put a credit card in. You just start working with it. Normally you get 14 days, but this will give you 30 days. Then you can get your feet wet with it. If you think you're not going to use PipeDrive to do this, you can try it without PipeDrive, but I recommend that you try it with PipeDrive first and then make the decision, because this is so much easier if you use PipeDrive. It's one of the best tools for doing this that I've ever seen. So anyway, I'm going to start this now. I'm going to go ahead and create an account real quick, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to create GR Marketing, and if I could type. Agree to the terms of service, of course, and then hit next. We want to close deals faster, and we want to manage. Yeah, I guess you only get to pick one, so we'll pick close deals faster. Title that describes your role. I'm going to call myself a sales manager. What is your experience with sales tools? I've used a spreadsheet. Really doesn't matter. We're just trying to get through this part. Company name, JR Marketing. How big is your company? We're small. Our industry is something. We do something. We'll just call it other service activities. How many people will use PipeDrive? Just one. I'm going to save the password. Now it's creating the account. So just like that, we've got an account. We didn't have to put a credit card in or anything like that. And we'll just get going with it. So it's up on the screen now. They're gonna keep kind of hitting us in the beginning with, hey, do you want to learn how to do this? And we're going to skip through that. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some setup stuff. The first thing is to set up email. So if you click on the email box, we can say connect your email, and then we're going to give it a new account, and then we're going to put the account that we want to use. Now, I highly recommend you have a dedicated account for this. Don't use your normal account, because you want everything related to this account to come here and not go anyplace else. And by the way, they do have a phone interface, so you can have this on your phone too. So let's say pick an account, select all to allow it access to my calendar and to my email and all that. Okay, and it's all set to sync. By this one doesn't matter because you're the only one in it, so it can be shared or it can be private, doesn't matter. Labels, sync all emails with any labels, start syncing immediately, and away you go. So just like that, we're all set now for email syncing. So we should be able to go back to the email box, and we have an empty email box. So and again, it's gonna keep offering you stuff in the beginning. So you can see the two Google emails that I got for signing up are both there from Google. So I'm just archiving them to get them out of the way. So that portion is done. The next thing is going to be to set up some custom fields. And because we're going to be looking at our clients, and we need these custom fields because we want to be able to hit them very quickly. And get the right information so we can do quick filters. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come up here, and under these dots, this is where you're going to do data imports. I'm sorry about that. You're actually going to go to your setup. So we go to company settings, and then in here there's a place for data fields. And so we're going to create data fields, and all of these data fields, we're pretty much going to create them all under, they're going to be done as person data fields. So these are data fields that we're adding to person records only. We aren't going to add any to the organization. We might later, but for right now, we're going to put the ones that we need in. So I'm going to create a custom field. And this field, I'm going to call it, let me see, I'm going to call this one Metro Area. And it's a text field, and it's ungrouped. It doesn't go any groups. When it's created, there's none of this matters over here. You don't have to do lead deal add view, but you can. I'll go ahead and put it on there, and then you can click that it's required, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it save. That way, if I import somebody without it, it's not going to stop me. Now I'm going to go add another field. This one's going to call business category. And then for this one, I don't want a text field. What I want is I want a single option. And I'm going to give it some options here. For me, I'm just going to give it one option for now because we're just going to do it for power washing. So I'm going to say that this is power washing. And I'm using the words power washing because it works well with the word companies. So if I'm reaching out to a bunch of them, I'm going to say, look, I'm reaching out to power washing companies, or pressure washer companies. So in fact, I'm going to call it pressure washing companies. So just the words pressure washing. If I was adding another niche, I could do it here. Let me go add another niche. Let's call the next one, let's say that I'm doing fencing. So fencing companies sounds okay. And we'll do fencing, and we'll do pool deck resurfacing. Just so we've got some in there. We aren't going to touch these, but they'll be in there. That way they're set as choices. So I just hit save. So now we've got our business categories. The next thing is we're going to put a field called lead count. And on this one, this is going to be a single option also. And what we're going to do is we want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm putting this in so that if we're sending these leads, we can bump the number up. So we can say, we don't want to send somebody too many leads. If we sent them 3 leads and they opened them up and they never contacted us back, at that point I'd send them a note saying, hey, we were giving you these free leads and you've been looking at them, but you haven't done anything. Are you interested in working with us to get leads or not? And just see what happens. But I wouldn't go past 3 leads. In fact, I'll take out number 4 and 5, and we'll just say it's 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to hit save. So we've got that field built. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust our what are called labels. Oh, let me add one more. I'm going to add source real quick. So source, this is where we got the lead from. And I'm just going to leave it as a text so we can put whatever we want in. That way, if we got it from Aunt Mira, we can give Aunt Mira credit for it. If we got it from Google or we got it from Facebook. So these are our custom fields that we need. And then we have what are called labels. And I believe the labels, there's a shortcut to get to labels. I think that's right here. Nope. I'm going to pause. I'll find labels and we'll make an adjustment real quick. You want to build these custom fields. Up here, you want to change this to person before you start building these fields. There's lead deals and then there's person. So make sure you're on person and build these under person. You don't need them under organization. So we want them here. There's been times where on mine, I actually have some of these are duplicated. So like metro area, I have it duplicated under organization. As with business category, I have that duplicated under organization. But you don't really need to. This simplifies it a little bit for you guys. I think it was a mistake I made because it was so early on.